Let me adjust this camera. My hair. Hi, everybody. I haven't been on here in so long. Um, Let me check these comments. La, 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 la. And see who is in here and give you guys a shout out. I want this live to stay 45 minutes to an hour long. So tell me which topic you guys want to talk about first, and I will take it from there. I don't know why my phone is so slow, but let me see on here. I don't even see it on here. So good afternoon to everybody. I'm normally used to StreamYard, and I'm using YouTube Studio Live, so it's throwing me off. I really need to fix my StreamYard account. So Jet Shelley said, "Good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon, everybody." Carrie Ann Jones says, "Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you." It's not even showing up. My live is not even showing up on my thing. Marlene SG says, "Good afternoon, my beautiful peeps." Good afternoon, Marlene. June, if I'm butchering your name, forgive me, please. June O said hello, hello, and Junior Lee said good evening to everybody that's tuned in live. Comment in the comment section which topic you guys want me to talk about first, and we will go from there. Do you guys want me to talk about Spice not winning the Grammy first, or do you guys want me to talk about the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock slap in the face? Which one do you guys want me to talk about first? And we will take it from there. I'll give you guys a few seconds. So, Spice is 3 for 2 so far. Simone St. Clair, hi. Simone said, hello, Shakira. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. So Spice, Slap, Spice, Will Smith, and then Will. So you guys are tied. Somebody else needs to comment to break the tie. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Spice first. And June, oh, say your face is slimming. Oh, thank you. Uh-huh. I've been in the gym, so I think that's why my face is slimming down. Well, my whole body is slimming down. If you pay attention to my vlog videos, I missed a few days, but that's because TMI. I'm on my menstrual, and the gym and periods don't go together. So I took a few days off, but I need to go to the gym tomorrow. Those guys, they have ever been to Jamaica. Oh, so let's get into Spice not winning the Grammy. So a lot of people are confused as to how the Grammy works. So you get nominated for a Grammy, whichever category. There are people at the Grammys that are on a board. So the board of directors for the Grammy, and they entail different people for different genre. So you, if you have been nominated for a Grammy, have to actually go to the board of directors. I'm not saying a board of directors, I'm just being so you guys can understand. It's not actually a board of directors, but it's a board of people that you have to go to get votes to win that Grammy. If you don't go to those people and do not get them to vote for you, then you're going to lose that Grammy. Quite frankly, I honestly feel like Spice should win. And I'm going to put proof as to why I feel like Spice should win. I feel a lot of people are speaking out of emotions because the person, the people, the group, the band that win is a white or Caucasian group that's based in Virginia, Maryland, in the United States, and they won for the reggae category. And I feel like a lot of people are speaking based on emotion and based on like things like racism. But I actually downloaded some proof on my phone and I'm gonna compare and contrast some stuff. I don't know if Shaggy didn't know that you have to actually get the votes, or he tried to get the votes for Spice and she just did not get enough votes. But I honestly feel like Spice should have won. I really, really do. And I see people online are talking about like she didn't have any hit songs or songs weren't good. Her album wasn't good. And honestly, I made sure I re-listened to Spice album before I did this live coming from the park with my kids. Listen to the whole album so I could get a comprehensive look. The people that are talking about Spice didn't have a good album are the people that did not pay for Spice album. I paid for Spice album. I paid for Shensia album. I'm actually gonna do a review on Shensia's album, but I need to listen to those tracks over again and write down some notes. I paid for Alkaline's album. I recently bought Massacre's album. So the people that are talking about the album, Spice album wasn't good, are the people that didn't listen to Spice album. Olaf, multi-millionaire singer songwriter Olaf is responsible for seven songs on Spice album. Go Google Olaf and see who Olaf writes for in the music industry. So people that are saying that Spice album isn't good have not listened to Spice album. And let me pull it up on my phone and tell you guys my favorite of her album. So let's see. And people are talking about like a Pia raunchy song Spice sing, all of that. She has her raunchy song on her album, and she have super dope crossover worthy song. So my favorite, Popo, nice. Don't Care, nice. On Your Mind featuring Olaf Blackwood, that is a hit. That is crossover worthy. That can be played on every single radio station in the United States. That right there remind me of Cheerleader. If you guys remember Cheerleader, that song reminds me of it. Top, Love Her, Friends, Fit, Aniti, all crossover worthy songs. And she definitely have her raunchy song, Send It Up, Good On This, So Me Like It, Size Matters. And those are four songs. I guess the kids escape. Kai, Makai. My kids are playing in the background. So those are four songs that are raunchy, 4 or 5 songs on our whole album that are actually really raunchy songs. All her other songs on here are crossover worthy. And I feel like she definitely should have won. And I'm going to pull up the receipts now because I actually downloaded. So Soldier on Spotify have 1,488 monthly listeners. Spice, because people like to talk. Spice have 2,279,000 listeners. 2 million. Soldier have 1.48. If you want to round it up, you can say 1.5 for Soldier, and Spice have almost 3 million listeners on Spotify, monthly listeners. So If you're talking about streams and if you're talking about actually purchasing music, then Spice should have won. I think there's a whole lot of politics that goes on with these award shows, especially American award shows. A lot of people that are on the board are, they're not really in tune with our culture. They're not really in tune with people outside of the hip hop, rap, pop culture. So they don't really get it. And the people that are nominated, is up to our entertainers actually in reggae dancehall music to actually get on the board, to actually be a part of that group of people that actually says who win the Grammy. This is the problem that I have with a lot of dancehall reggae entertainers. They're not in tune with the business. So if we had like Shaggy, Sean Paul, um, the Marleys, whoever else, majority of our people in that board that decide who gets the Grammy, then Spice would have definitely won. Or somebody like Etana would have definitely won. It's up to us to put ourselves at the table. And we're not in tune with the business, and we are not putting ourselves at the table for us to get the accolades and the awards that we deserve. And it's up to us to do it. Also, there's a lot of segregation in our music when it comes on to reggae and dancehall. And quite frankly, I feel like Spice Spice did an amazing job. She was gracious because of the way she lost. She did everything that she was supposed to do. And if you guys don't know, I think this is Spice's first album that she has released, and she got nominated for a Grammy. The reason why Spice haven't released more albums is because she was caught up in a contract with VP, and Shaggy actually had to clarify the contract, and that's how she was able to actually drop 10. So I feel like all Spice have to do now really is to leverage all the international connections that she has and drop another album in the next year and a half or year to 2 years, and I feel like she will definitely get her Grammy because now she knows how the process go. Not only that, we as Jamaican people, we need to actually support our own, buy their music, and I don't really care who you support and who you don't support. As long as they're dropping music and albums, buy their music, stream their music. As for me personally, like when I go to the gym, I listen majority dancehall and reggae music. I make sure I buy people's album when they drop it. And people are always gonna say like I'm biased to Alkaline. I bought Alkaline music, his album, bought Massacre, bought Vibes Cartel, bought Shensias, bought Spice. We as a people need to actually put our people in positions of power by actually supporting our own. And I feel like Spice should have won. If you're talking about streams, if you're talking about numbers, if you're talking about sales, if you're talking about hits, Spice should have won. Her Spotify listeners alone show you that Spice way ahead. But we do not support our own, and we are not in positions of power to dictate these awards. We need to actually put ourselves in positions of power when it comes on to these awards. And I know a lot of people are going to say like these awards don't matter, these awards don't validate you, these awards don't make or break you. But in the grand scheme of things and how we're viewed on a world stage internationally, it matters. It definitely matters. There's a difference between being a Grammy nominated artist and a Grammy winning artist. And whether you like it or not, a lot of accolades go with having a Grammy. And the politics behind it and the whole behind the scenes of these awards is what our entertainers need to actually understand and need to leverage. Libra Sun Goddess. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Says Etana had the best chance. Hot and Spice said good afternoon to you and everyone. Good afternoon. Bob said up, up, up. They love you and your family. Thank you. Beverly Carrie Ann Jones. So off your face off. I don't know what that means. Hey Shakira, love how you chastise your face has become since you have been on your fitness journey. Oh, thank you. Junior Lee, they robbed Spice, and I definitely feel like they robbed her based on streaming, based on numbers. You can actually go on Spotify, you can go on iTunes and see how much albums bought, sales, and if that's the case, if that's what they were gonna go off, Spice would have definitely won, even over Etana. Uh, Glass May Roy say hi. Queen, Caribbean Queen say yes, I agree. Spice should have won. I definitely agree. Glams May Royal, JLP, you're right. Fallon Carrington, Shakira's Fear. Hello, it's been a while. Good to see you. Blessings to you and your house. Blessings. Junior C, I never heard a song from Soldier until now. iTunes, them not even my father would listen to music like that. I've heard of them before. Honestly, I think they performed in Miami with the Marleys or something like that. I've heard of them before, but have I listened to their music? No, it's not my type of reggae music. It's not my cup of tea. They're not my people, so I'm not really interested in listening to their sound or their music. And quite frankly, I really don't care. Not only that I don't care, I feel like we as Jamaican people are way too like accepting of who goes into our music. We have this thing where we want everybody to come in and everybody to enjoy and everybody to be a part of, and we're willing to collaborate with every and anybody. And this is how they take our culture and rewrite it in history as their own. Way too accepting, and it's way too easy for entertainers to just collaborate with anything. There are very much culture vultures in this industry, in every industry, and they will use it and abuse it. And that's what I don't understand. Our entertainers need to be way more particular with the people that they allow in their genres, the people that they collaborate with, the people that they're acceptance or accepting into our culture, because this is how they rewrite history. Soldier win best reggae album. Later on in life, they will say that, future speaking, that they were the originators and a man from Jamaica skyrocketed, Bob Marley skyrocketed, but white people were the one that actually built it and took it from the ground up. They have a way of actually rewriting history, and if we're not careful, they'll definitely take it and rewrite it in the way that they want it. And it's up to us to actually protect what is ours, really. Uh, Libra, Sun Goddess, this is Soja's third time being nominated, so they aren't new to this. Yes, this is actually their third time being nominated for a Grammy in this category. So that tells you a lot. They're not new to this and they know how the politics behind the scenes go. And it's up to us to know how it goes to and actually leverage that information the same way that they have leveraged it. Juno, they've been around for a while now. I know that they've been around for a while. And quite frankly, this whole thing don't sit well with me at all. It definitely don't. I don't understand how they're in a category that they're not originated from. I could see if they were like descendants of Jamaican. Let me adjust my hair because my hair is tight as hell. I could see if they were like second generation, third generation immigrants of Jamaican people. Then I would say, okay, I understand. Okay, they're trying to get in tune with their roots, and but them are so white, white man. There are some white men from Virginia, Maryland that's doing some fusion music, fusion of reggae music, and they won a Grammy. Like, I mean, I understand. But as I go, we just have to leverage the information that we know now. Soja has been around since the early 1990s, and also they have opened many doors for reggae artists. Just ask Chronix and Etana. I don't feel like they can open any doors for reggae artists that we haven't opened ourselves. Really. I think they always use us and our culture. And when it's time to reward us, they don't. Carrie Ann Jones, they don't. Look at reggaeton. They stole reggae, turned it into something Spanish or Latin, and they don't give Jamaicans any props, any accolades, any nothing. And this is why I don't listen to reggaeton. I don't mess with reggae music, reggaeton music, or any other artists that are reggaeton. Like, I don't, for this very reason, because a lot of the time they're racist, colorist, and they don't give the people that they stole the music from their accolades. They don't give them what they deserve. So it it is what it is. Junior Lee says Spice need to slap someone. Laugh out. I don't think she needs to slap anyone. I think she knows how it works now, and it's up to her to actually leverage the information. And now that she is the first hardcore female dancehall artist that has been nominated for that category, I feel like she has the knowledge and the power now, and she's opening a door for someone else that's going to be female, that's going to be hardcore dancehall artist to actually take home a Grammy. And even if she doesn't win a Grammy, I think she has the knowledge and willpower to pass it on to somebody else. And I see she has two female artists under her wings that I feel like she's mentoring. So this is going to be good for not only her, but for the other two females that she have around her constantly. And she was super gracious in losing. I really appreciated that about the whole situation. She was super gracious. She deserves everything because she has been putting out constant work, showing up every single time. I've seen Spice perform multiple times on multiple different stage, and she has never yet ever once faltered, or I feel like, oh, her performance was okay, her performance was shaky. She has always came on stage and do what she had to do. And the fact that it has taken her 10 years to drop a album says a lot, and says a lot about like the contracts and the copyright infringement and the stuff that we sign as reggae and dancehall artists to these companies. We need to be really careful about that, and we have to be really understanding of the business when it comes on to that. Antonio Forbes said, I don't know why YouTube is hiding your comment. White people have a bad rep for studying black people's music and capitalizing off our talent, and that is in every genre. Um, Look at Post Malone, Justin Bieber. Um, they do it all the time. Libra Sun Goddess, if you're speaking about Jada Kingdom, I doubt it, but Chanel Muir is definitely a contender. Honestly, I find it funny when people like to bring up Jada's name and say she's not a contender. Jada is young. Jada just got into the business. Give her time to grow and to mature. I honestly feel like out of all the young artists now, Jada has the most potential. Jada don't sound like nobody else in this business. Jada has her own sound. Okay, when you hear a Jada Kingdom song, you know that is her. And I've said this from the beginning, from she first set foot into music, that she has her own sound and she can leverage it. She's young, just like Shensia is young. They have the potential to do whatever they want in this business, because between Spice and Lady Saw opening doors for dancehall women, they can walk through those doors and they can kick down those doors. A lot of people like to talk a lot of mess about Jada, and I won't stand for it, because she's young and she has the potential to do what everybody else do in dancehall, if not more, because she has her own sound, she has her own look, and she definitely has the potential. Don't bash anybody on my channel, especially where Jada is concerned. I am a big Jada fan, always, from she just make her first song, and always will be. Chanel Muir, I can honestly say that she definitely have potential to be like next dancehall queen level. I love the fact that she can mix raunchy dancehall and do super uplifting songs and stuff like that. But all of them have the potential to do whatever they want to do in this business. It's just up to them to know how the business work and leverage it. Jada is Antoinette says, Johan, let me start from Johan says, like the life people, come on. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Kasami Mayamore said they should sue and take away reggae music from Jamaica. I saw Antoinette Forbes said Jada is super talented. Jada is super talented. She's young in the business. And I feel like once she finds her footing, once she finds her like safe space when it comes on to stage performance, when it comes on to delivery, when it same thing with Alkaline. When Alkaline just came into music, Alkaline couldn't perform. Alkaline didn't know how to use a stage. Alkaline was the worst. I saw Alkaline on stage and I was pissed because I lost my money. Like, it's the same thing for Jada. It's the same thing for all the other artists when they're young and they just come out. They need to actually find their footing. They need to actually know how to perform on stage, leverage sound checks, and actually incorporate dancers and props and stuff. It takes time and it don't come overnight. Same thing with Shensia. Shensia is not my favorite performer. She's getting better, but it's not my fave. She has amazing songs as an artist, but as far as stage performance is concerned, I feel like she has a lot of work to do. Same thing with Jada, same thing with Chanel Muir, same thing with a lot of these younger artists like TG. The list goes on, and I can call men name, but I don't want to be shady and I don't even want to go there. But a lot of these artists, whether it be female or male, have a long way to go as far as stage performance and leveraging who they are as entertainers in the business. So I really don't take that and judge anybody, but I will definitely say your stage performance is poor. You need to improve on this. But I'm not gonna judge them and say that they don't have the potential to be like the next dancehall queen or the next king of dancehall ever, because you don't know what the future holds. Kasumi said, yes, Libra sun goddess. If Jada keeps hanging out with Asian doll, that will be her downfall. Who she hangs out with have nothing to do with her entertaining and being a dancer artist. You have to leverage friendships. You have to leverage people in international spaces to get where you want to get. Asian doll have a whole friggin' fan base. She has her own section of the industry. So whether she wants to stay friends with her or not, as long as she's honed in her craft, as long as she's practicing, as long as she keep releasing music, as long as she keeps doing what she needs to do, regardless of who she's friends with or who she hangs out with, she's going to be fine. I think people forget that as individuals, when it comes on to artistry, that's all it is. It's artistry, and you have to actually practice. You have to actually keep doing it to perfect it. Nothing comes overnight, and you're an individual. Who she wants to hang out with in her spare time have nothing to do with the artistry, really. Antoinette said people need to remember Jada Kingdom is struggling with her mental illness. That too, and I'm super proud of her for actually coming into the limelight and speaking on stuff like that. Cause now for the time, a lot of these artists like to pretend and be people that they're not. And that's one thing I like about her. She stand in her truth, and she don't care who like her and who don't like her for it. And I have to be appreciative of that. Divine Order said, blessing upon you always. Shakira's Fear, you're a great content creator and outstanding mom. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I try. So it's 31 minutes and 15 seconds. We can go into the whole Will and Jada slap. I'm sure people are tired of hearing this, but I wanted it to die down a little bit before I speak on it because I wanted to actually get all the information correct. So some people believe it's real, some people believe it's fake. Quite honestly, I'm going to tell you straight out, I believe it's real. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I believe it's real. I feel like Will and Jada's relationship have been put on Front Street for years. We're in the entertainment business about them being polyamorous, about them having an open relationship or open marriage, has kind of tainted their relationship to a point. And then the whole thing with August Alsina made it even worse. So I feel like Will is at a point in his life where he feels like he has been the nice guy for far too long. Like he has been memes. He has been the butt of everyone's joke, especially last year with the whole red table talk thing. I feel like his ego as a man like has been called into play, and I feel like when a man's ego has been called into play and he's been disrespected on so many stages, like people have made so many crazy jokes about him from last year. People have tried to disrespect his wife and his family and the way that they live. I feel like he's at a place in his life where he feels like I've leveraged this entertainment business for all it has given me. I'm at a place where I'm comfortable. I'm at a place where I don't care what anyone has to say about me anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. And whatever repercussions come after it, I know that I'm going to stand in my truth and be who I am. Also, I feel like this was a statement. If you believe it's real, this was a statement to all the people that were constantly making him memes, talking about his wife and talking about his relationship. This was a statement to everybody else that I may be a nice guy. I may be the guy that all Hollywood has ever seen me play and seen me be, is the nice guy, the upstanding guy, the family man. But I also have another part of me that I'm not scared to let you guys see now. I'm human and I do human things. I feel like he's at a place in his life where he don't care if Hollywood want to cancel him. He don't care if they want to take stuff away from him. He knows who he is. He's made a good life, not only for him but his family. He has put his kids in positions of power, and they're always going to be in positions of power because of all the hard work he put in. So he's going to do what he wants to do. Also, I feel like the reason why a lot of black women are supporting Will is because it's always it has always been, we support black women, we protect black women until it's time to do it. We support black women, is protect black women until a black woman needs protecting from another black man. Don't let it go over your head. Let me say it again. It's always, I protect black women and I support black women until a black woman needs protection from another black man. Then it's all up in the air. Oh, it's not that serious. Oh, it's just a joke. Oh, you're overreacting. Oh, you're too emotional. What does protecting a black woman in media looks like? For me personally, I've never seen a black man in a space like that actually take matters into his hand and actually protect his wife from being humiliated in public. And that's why a lot of black women are protecting Will and supporting him. Because for a lot of black women, it's the first time we've ever seen it in a space like that. And when I say a space like that, a space that is predominantly white. I find that the Oscars, the Grammys, all these award shows, these spaces are predominantly white spaces. And they invite us to these white spaces so we can be their entertainment. It goes all the way back to slavery and the way that they used to do us. But they invite us to those places and those spaces for us to be entertainment, for us to be the butt of the jokes, for us. You realize that all these award shows, they always use black people as the host. Like it never occurred to you guys that like we are the butt of the jokes majority of the time at these award shows that are predominantly white. And I've seen plenty of times where these hosts use other black people as a means and way of disrespecting them inside of a joke. I feel like people can be genuine and people can be disrespectful and hide it behind a joke and hide it behind constructive criticism. And you, as a person, have to actually say what you're okay with and what you're not okay with. And I think he took a stand and showed everybody what he's not okay with and showed everyone that he has boundaries. For you to be a husband is for you to protect your wife, protect your family. And if that means slapping somebody in their face, then it is what it is. That's his boundary, and that's his boundaries to make. Everybody have boundaries, and everybody can leverage their boundaries the way that they want to leverage them. And I can't blame him for that. I literally cannot blame this man for protecting his wife from being humiliated on a public stage. And whether this was a mental breakdown or whether he didn't mean to do it or whether whatever the case, because I've seen that he's put out stuff and he also apologized when he won the Oscar. He's human. He's allowed to make mistakes. This is his first like big mistake in Hollywood, and people are demonizing and criticizing him because he has always held the space of the most likable black actor in Hollywood. People are forgetting that these entertainers have lives of their own and minds of their own, and they're just as human like everybody else. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody goes through their stuff. Not only that, they said that that joke that Chris Rock actually did was not a written. When you're doing a show like that, they give you a list of jokes you're not allowed to do. They give you a list of things that you're not allowed to say. And like no one warned him that this woman has a medical condition as to why she shaved her head. I feel like she looks beautiful with her head shaved. But a woman's hair is her crown. And when she cannot control what happens to this because of medical issues, then it takes not only a emotional, a mental toll on you. Like, I cut my hair off, but I cut my hair off because I willingly cut it off. I don't cut my hair off because I cannot grow hair or my hair grows in patches. And Chris Rock even made a whole documentary about black women and their hair. So you know that this is a sore issue for black women. Why would you do that on a public place in a space that don't belong to us, that we are invited to basically as entertainment and entertainment only? You made a whole documentary on good hair and what good hair means in black community, and you are making a joke to a black woman about her hair, and you know it's a sore issue for black women. Any black woman you ask have had some form of disrespect, especially if she wears her natural hair. Some form of disrespect, discrimination, some crazy stories about their hair. So why would he think that would go over well with a black woman with a bald head? And this shows have people in production that's going to tell you like, she's going through this, she's going through that, you can't say this, you can't say that. No one didn't warn him. And the person that actually did the Oscars this year is black, and they didn't warn him of that because they claimed that joke was off script. They didn't write that joke, they didn't know that he was going to do that. So somebody didn't warn him about certain things in the audience that he's not allowed to say, because they do it at every show. Not only that, Chris Rock he hosted the Oscars before, and it was the same year where Jada and Will said they're not going to the Oscars because black women are not treated, or black people are not being treated fairly at the Oscars. And he made about a joke about her there. So I feel like he just got the end of the stick where that is concerned. He hit a nerve, and Will wanted to make him an example. Will wanted to show publicly what he will do and how he will react when people try to disrespect him, his family, or his wife. I honestly feel like Chris Rock was an example for everybody else in Hollywood as far as the Smith family is concerned. For who believe it's real. And I do. Because I feel like if it wasn't real, he wouldn't have done it, because he knew the repercussions that would come from it, even if it was fake. So if they planned it, so if him and Chris Rock planned, okay, we're going to fake this, we're going to do a big slap in the middle of the Oscars, is going to shock everybody. Everybody is going to be shocked, and we're going to capitalize off of it. I feel like if it was fake, Will's reputation has taken a hit. and a big hit at that, because he just had to resign from the Oscars board or something like that. He had to resign. He had to go through so many things after this slap that I feel like if it was fake, if it wasn't real, he wouldn't have done it, because his reputation would have been tainted and tainted forever, because this is him winning his first Oscar, an Oscar that he should have won long ago, that he's been robbed for years. But that's a whole nother story for a whole different day. I feel like if it wasn't real, he wouldn't have done it. If it was planned, he wouldn't have done it, because his correct, like his reputation, his character as a person, who he is in media, as far as being a black man is concerned, is tainted forever. Will is known as the stand-up family guy. Will is known as the black actor that every white people love. Will is the actor that can transcend race. So I feel like if it was fake, he wouldn't have done it. And he was just using Chris Rock as a means and ways to show everyone that he may be a nice guy, and he's always been a nice guy, but don't forget he's from West Philly. The West Philly is still here, and the West Philly will come out to play when needs be. Let me read some of these comments before I get into the whole politics of respectability politics that people like to talk about and throw around. Libra Sun Goddess says Chris called her G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane is actually a compliment. I don't know how that's a compliment, but okay. Nicole Maxwell said G.I. Jane is not a compliment. It was a bust at the theater. It flopped. June O said Chris was teased as a child, so he should know better. Jenny said, "True, he wasn't to do that joke." Libra Sun God said, "We can agree to disagree. I thought the joke was not that serious. Will Smith has misplaced anger." Jenny said, "Good, I get mixed." Libra Sun G.I. Jane was a powerful female character. G.I. Jane ain't no compliment. I don't think it's a compliment either. How are you gonna compliment a black woman using a white woman? That don't even make sense. Vicky Victoria said, "Caller G.I. Jane is not a compliment. G.I. Jane is white. Jada is black. Where is the comparison, please?" Nicole Maxwell said, "Nope. Check out what it did to Debbie's career." Vicky Victoria, don't you know who fi frightened? Antoinette Forbes said the first black woman who received her Oscar had to collect it at the back of a hotel. Wow. Antoinette Forbes also said, "I still love the Smith. I still love Will Smith. I still love Will Smith." I see that they paused Bad Boys and they paused another show that Will has on Netflix. And quite frankly, I feel like they're going overboard. They're doing too much. The man did what he did, what he thought was what he needed to do, and that's it, and that's all. Who don't want to support him anymore, don't support him. The people that still support him will support him, and I'm sure black women everywhere is going to support whatever he has to put out. Okay, and we all know that black women control most of everything with our dollars. So for the people that support him, use your dollars and support him, and that's it, and that's all. Nikki Webb said, "I still love Will. Still love him too. I can't bash him for doing what he thought was right and protecting his family." So the other thing I have to talk about is the whole respectability thing. This is very annoying to me. This whole respectability politics thing that black people have to go about in regular society, and also in these white spaces like the Oscars, Grammy, all these white award shows. Respectability politics for black people is crazy to me. It's super crazy because these are the people that are going to say violence is not the answer and we shouldn't be violent to each other when all they have ever done is be violent. So if we're talking about Caucasian people and black people, when they found us in Africa, we were peaceful, loving, living our very best life, not bothering a soul. They used violence and took us out of where we come from, and they were violent to us. Everything that they as a race have attained is through violence. So this whole respectability politics about how black people should behave in white spaces is null and void because all they know and all they have ever done is being violent. They don't know anything else. Everything that they have attained is through violence. And the only thing that they understand is violence. So, them telling black people how to behave is crazy to me because they have been the most violent people ever. We were never violent. We were taught how to be violent, and violence was used upon us. We were never violent. They rewrite history though to say that we are violent and we are people that needed to be enslaved to do what they wanted and all of that. But we were never violent. We were taught to be violent, and violence is the only thing that they understand, really. So, this whole respectability politics and how we are supposed to behave in society and how we're supposed to behave in these white spaces, crazy to me. Crazy because that's on y'all. And that's the only thing y'all understand. So the way that we behave is because of y'all. Anthony Forbes say, let me start up here. Juno say he protected his wife. Yes, he protected his wife, whether you like it or not, whether you think his wife is a hoe or not, whether you think that they're in an open relationship or not. He protected his wife. He protected his wife on a world stage where a lot of other black men have sat there and watched their wife had jokes cracked on them in this white setting and have them be humiliated on a grand stage, and their black husband sit there and laugh it off and act like it was okay. And it was okay for their wives to be disrespected on a grand stage. So whether you like it or not, he protected his wife, period. June Lee says he was standing up for his wife, and I respect that. I would do the same. My wife and my kids is off limits, and that's where a lot of black men, like their wife and their children, their family is off limits to the world. Like that is nothing hard to understand. Anthony Forbes said, I can't stand Chris Rock. Don't have a problem with him. I just feel like, and let me talk about comedy real quick before I end this. I feel like we're at a stage now in society where certain things is not tolerated, certain things is frowned upon. If you're a comedian and you make your money from comedy, it's up to you to adjust these jokes and adjust your comedy sketches and your stand-up to actually formulate with the time that you're in. You could have gotten away with stuff like this back in the day and it wouldn't have been anything. But now people are more self-aware. More people are questioning things that we have never questioned before and talking about it way deeper than we have ever done before. So it's up to you as a comedian to write your jokes that they are funny and not disrespectful, and no one is going to be offended. And I feel like if you are a comedian and you can't actually do jokes that are going to stick, they're going to be funny but not disrespectful, then you're not a real comedian. Simple, point blank, period. You're not a real comedian and you can't get the job done. Sorry, not sorry. Valentine Kerrigan, okay, I got you. So where do we break the ice? We have to start somewhere, right? Yes, we have to. Juno say blacks are not puppets. And that's the thing. They actually use us as puppets at these award shows. Like we only get of invited to be the entertainment. Like I've said before, majority of the hosts of these predominantly white spaces are black, and they use jokes to in their skit, in their hosting, and majority of the jokes, majority of the stuff is based on black people, and we are the butt of the joke majority of the time. So Fallon Kerrigan, okay, I got you. Oh, I read that already. Divine Order said exactly. They should have had them Oscars a long, long ago. Yes, I did definitely should have. Vicky, talk truth. What's a wicked set of people? Anthony Forbes said boycott the Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars. I don't watch the Grammys. The only thing I will actually sit and watch is the BET Awards sometime, and sometime majority of the time it's on rerun or when it's not actually live. I don't support any of these things at all. So if you're talking about boycotting, I don't watch it. I don't. I'll see the reruns. I'll see what people have to say about it, but I don't watch it. I don't. Just like how now I'm losing weight, and I normally do a lot of fashion content, and I haven't done any fashion content since the year has started, but I've been way too self conscious about who and where I spend my money with. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna do fashion content, it has to be like a lot of black owned designers, a lot of black owned things, because I want my money to stay in my community. And a lot of these companies that I buy from are not black owned, and I've become way too self conscious to actually just spend my money outside of my community. And that's why I haven't bought anything this year as far as fashion is concerned, because I'm like, if I'm gonna spend my money, it's gonna be with my people. So I'm kind of at a rock and a hard place where that is concerned, because I love places like Boohoo, Shein, because the clothes is affordable and they're nice and they're trendy, but they're not black owned companies. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to do half and half. So half black owned designer, half whatever. So it's up to us to support our own people, really. The one rule for them, and hot and spices, the one rule for them and submissive one for us. Anthony Forbes says black women are always the butt of the joke. Yes, we are. A lot of these shows, if you really pay attention, black people period are the butt of the joke. Kim Ale said a comedy show is one thing, but not the Oscars where millions of people are watching is not acceptable. Very, very true. Very true. Junior Lee says, keep it up. Thank you for your donation. I actually appreciate it. Merlin says the BET Awards. Divine Order says, allegedly Chris went off script, and when he spoke about Jada, yeah, talking about that, he definitely went off script. But when you're doing a show like that, they're gonna tell you certain things like this is off limits. If you say this, be prepared for backlash, because this is what she's going through. She has PCOS. So I don't know if anybody didn't warn him about certain stuff not to say, or certain stuff about the people in the audience that are off limits, but he went off script. He got a slap. I honestly feel like if more black men got slapped in their faces for disrespecting black women, the world would be a better place. Kai Kai Joy Empress said, hi Shakira, good to see you. Hi Kai Kai Joy. Antoinette Forbes says, black need to stop going to the Oscars. I As far as going is concerned, I'm not gonna say stop going, because as far as I'm concerned, a lot of those when we're invited to those spaces is because there's no denying that we have made it, and we work 4 to 5 times as hard as the people that are in the same category. So it's deserving. So if you deserve it, go get your award, do your thing. I can't even fault them for going, because our society look at those awards for accolades, or society look at those awards for who we are. Hi, mommy. Come. So we're at our 1 hour mark. I'm about to get off here. Hi. Mind your lick your face. You hit your face. Where are you going? This little girl. So let me read the last of these comments. When we make it, it's absolutely not to support these awards. It's not in favor of black. The jokes will be on someone else. True. Nikki Webb, I was feeling like it's not real and it's a money making move. If it's a money making move, Chris Rock is the only one that's going to benefit from this move, because Will's reputation is tainted, and all his shows and stuff that he had in the works have been paused. So if it was a money making move, Will definitely lost a lot. Andrea Chavez says, "Hey girl, I'm late. How are you?" I'm good, Andrea. Good to see you. Kai Kai Joy said, "I don't believe he knew she was sick." I honestly, I don't think he knew that she was sick. If he knew that she was sick and she was suffering from PCOS, then he wouldn't have said that joke. I don't think he would have said the joke. You not sleep? It's way past your nap time. You see yourself? What are you doing? She's taken. I've taken away her pacifier, so she's putting everything in her mouth now. What is it? Tell the people bye. XXS says PCOS or alopecia. I'm not quite sure if it's PCOS or alopecia. I don't remember. Oh, you're giving mommy kisses? Antoinette says, wap wap wap. Nikki Way says, see now. Carrie Ann says alopecia, or it's alopecia. She says it's alopecia. She is the boss. She's telling you it's time, her time. Definitely. Definitely. This is why you don't mess with people, because you never know what is going on with that person. And that's very true. Say bye. Bye. You would say bye. So thank you guys to everybody that tuned in live. Melanie, I'm ending it. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that tuned in live. Shout out to everybody, and whoever watched it on replay, thank you guys for watching. Keep the comments going in the comment section and tell me what you guys think. Say ta-ta. Bye. Bye.